I am Iris Salguero, Miss Universe Belize, here hosting and sharing my experience through this hashtag with her talk. Violence against women affects 1 in 3 women and girls around the world, and we are here to talk about how we use our platforms to empower. As a survivor myself, it has been really important for me to use my platform and share my story to empower other women in Belize. The best way to do so is by having open conversations like this one, where we can create safe spaces for women where they can confidently share their stories. And today I am joined by 2 Belizean queens who are doing the same. First off, we have Michelle Nunes. In 2014, Michelle won the Miss San Pedro title and founded Shine. Out of her passion to encourage young girls, Michelle was inspired by her sisters to use her Miss San Pedro platform as a way to heal and to grow. In 2017, she once again charmed the judges and won the 2017 International Miss Costa Maya pageant held in San Pedro. This is the largest pageant held in Belize, bringing to La Isla Bonita beauty ambassadors from all over Central America and Mexico. Recently, Michelle graduated from the University of Belize with a bachelor's in social work and continues to share her passion as she leads the Shine program and currently is working for Spouses of CARICOM Leaders Action Network. Michelle's goal is to live a life that encourages young girls to be confident in who they are and to follow their dreams. Welcome, Michelle. Next, we also have the gracious Chelsea, who is currently enrolled at Galen University pursuing her bachelor's degree in marketing. With a passion to serve and help the youth, she has been a volunteer at Sagebrush Church for 8 years. In 2018, she won the Miss San Pedro title as well and was diagnosed with cancer and has participated in cancer awareness campaigns. Shortly after, she became the executive director for a nonprofit called Shine and Esther Belize, where they support abused or at-risk women through education and empowerment. She is now a voice for young girls and women and cancer patients all around Belize. So welcome, Chelsea. As women who often advocate and empower women and young girls, do you think there is enough awareness around the early signs of abusive behaviors? Michelle?
That's a great question. Being in the field, I must say that we've come a long way. There has been progression with this awareness. People might think, okay, we speak about it only during Domestic Violence Month, or we speak about it during the 16 days of activism. But you must also look at the programs that exist today that never used to exist in the past. For example, Shine. I'm very proud of this program. It was founded back in 2014. And our goal was to empower these young females, young leaders, future leaders, to know that they're not alone in cases like this. Another one is S-Clan, Spouses of CARICOM Leaders Action Network. They have great programs running right now called the Engaging Men and Boys Program. Programs exist, it's there, and I applaud Belize for that progression. However, I do feel like the scope needs some work.
So yeah, like what Michelle said, I believe that now more than ever, I am starting to see more awareness campaigns on gender-based violence. We have more women and men that are speaking up and are advocating against these like social topics, but I still believe we are way behind, and it should be an all year round thing where it's not just 1 month event of the year. Even like for myself, I was oblivious to like all the early signs. It wasn't until I started to work with women that experience this kind of abuse regularly that I started to become more aware on the seriousness of this topic.
Absolutely. And I feel that that's a great way to, like, I agree with you ladies in the sense that we've come such a long way, but there's still so much work to do. What actions have you taken to challenge the culture and to challenge the mentalities of those around you? Chelsea?
That's an interesting question. And honestly, I think this has to be my favorite question of this entire changing the mentalities and culture of people who view gender-based violence or violence against women is a challenge in itself. And it wasn't until I became the director of Esther and Shine and heard the stories of these ladies that I realized there is so much more we can do and implement in our programs to change that mentality. I think that one of the main things I try to do with Esther and the Shine programs, and Michelle and I too, mainly with the Shine programs, is from a very young age, letting disadvantaged girls who grow up in that abusive environment explore the fact that what they see, what they experience at home is not normal. I think that plays a big part when it comes to changing that culture.
Yeah, and I think that's really important. So, I mean, Michelle, I'm pretty sure that with how the fact that you founded Shine and the years that you've been working in Shine, you've come across so many stories from women from different ages. And I'm sure that you've done your best to try and change the mentality as well. How do you find it? Is it difficult to try and reassure these girls that, hey, what you are going through is not normal? You know, it's not safe. And how do you go about changing that mentality, not only of the girls that you are working with, but sometimes we do come across people that have certain ideas or opinions that aren't quite healthy or safe. How do you go about changing that?
I think changing is the hardest thing because the culture in Belize, it's just difficult. For example, like what I believe is a really big issue, you mentioned it in the beginning, Iris, is that we blame the victim. And right there is the biggest issue, in my personal opinion. For example, like if Chelsea comes to me and she's with her boyfriend and she's telling me all this stuff, and then she goes back with her boyfriend, breaks up with her boyfriend, comes back to me and tells me, okay, he beat me again. And then my reply was, I told you not to go back. You're so stupid. You're blaming the victim, you're re-victimizing, and you're creating more harm than good. We need to trust them, and you have to remember that it's not their fault. It's a cycle.
How has pageantry helped you in getting more involved in women's empowerment? Michelle?
Like Chelsea was saying, that we have this platform, we have this voice, and we must use it for the good. And I believe that when I was crowned, it was just instilled in me, like there was like this little shining light in me that I had to do something now. And it all goes back to what I was going through during that time. And I believe pageantry helped me heal, and it made me take something so negative into my life and I turned it into something positive. And actually empowering these young women, it empowered me to push harder and move forward in my life.
For me personally, my pageant experience with winning Miss San Pedro, I can sincerely say it saved my life. Because as you may know, Chelsea, you know that the details of the story of just hours before going up and presenting myself and being at the pageant, I was being attacked by my aggressor. And I was broken and everything, and to have to pull myself together and go out there took a lot of courage. I think it's God's work and God's divine timing, but it saved my life.
In all honesty, the main reason why I decided to participate in pageantry was to have a platform and to start empowering programs such as like Esther and Michelle with that whole Shine program. I do believe that having a platform or a good following makes a big difference when creating awareness campaigns. For instance, like you, Iris, like you just mentioned, as Miss Belize, talking about your experience and being open about topics such as gender-based violence and sharing what you went through. We have a lot more people in tune and listening and wanting to be open about these topics.
If anybody would like to join one of our conversations, maybe on Instagram Live, and share their experiences, I think it would be a beautiful thing for us to do. So once again, I want to thank you for being here, for taking this time. I know you ladies are super busy out there being boss ladies, empowering other women. So thank you so much. And for anyone that's watching, to find out more about the culture change commitment and what you can do in your own life and to end violence against women and girls, go to spotlightinitiative.org/get involved. So thank you to everyone who has taken their time to listen to us. And of course, you girls, may you all have a blessed weekend. See you guys around.
Thank you.